Hey, it's Moira again, and it's Friday night, and you know what that means, right? It means that we are reacting to some creepy stuff. And today we are not reacting to a video, today we are reacting to SCPs. Yeah, you heard that right, SCPs. I don't know if this is trendy anymore, actually, if anyone is actually talking about SCPs, but I come across some SCPs every now and then, and I haven't been into the topic too much, and I want to change that today, okay? So I did some research and actually found a subreddit about SCPs. This is not really surprising, to be honest, but there was a discussion about what are the scariest SCPs, and actually I don't know any of these. So I've heard about like probably the most popular SCPs, but I don't know the number and I don't really know the concepts behind this, and I just want to like react to the let's say the top 5 or so that are discussed here and give my opinion to that. So without further ado, let's start. So the first SCP that is mentioned here is SCP-466, and I don't really know what that is. The Hercules Rockefeller. So if I follow this link here, it's probably getting me to the site, right? Correct. Okay, so what is this? Item SCP-466, object class Keter, whatever that means. I'm gonna be honest with you, I have no fucking clue about like what Keter. I know there's another class called Euclid or something like this, but other than that, I don't really know what's going on. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. So, special containment procedures, web traffic and law enforcement channels worldwide are to be monitored for evidence of SCP-4666 activity, and particularly for cases of stalking or reports of anomalous phenomena involving families with young children. Okay, this is going to be creepy, right? Should a Weissnacht event... What the fuck? Weissnacht? Is that a... I know it's basically white and night in German, but is this some kind of Christmas shit? I have no idea. Should a Weissnacht event be suspected to be in progress, the nearest containment task force is to be dispatched to attempt containment of SCP-4666 standard blah blah blah. So what the fuck's going on here? Media coverage of family death attributed to SCP-4666 is to be suppressed or falsified to make said deaths appear as non-anomalous home invasion murders. Forensic evidence and SCP-466 instances collected by non-foundation blah blah. I think this is not important. So what is SCP-4666? Is currently believed to be a single, exceptionally long-lived humanoid entity of unknown origin. Survivors of Weissnacht events typically describe SCP-4666 as a very tall, between 2 meters and 2.3 meters, elderly male of European descent with an extremely emaciated appearance. The entity always appears completely naked, even when observed outdoors in freezing weather. What the fuck? So there's a naked dude? Like, why do people think this is creepy? To be honest, like, yeah, it's a naked dude. But is this what SCPs are all about? I have no fucking idea. So through the nature and extent of its anomalous properties remain uncertain, SCP-4666 appears capable of instantaneous or near instantaneous travel to any location north of 40 degrees north latitude and possibly to any location on Earth. So what's going on? Okay, let's see. Weissnacht events consist of the following general progression. Nights 1 to 7, children will report seeing SCP-4666 in the vicinity of their family's dwelling. The entity will typically be observed watching the dwelling from a distance, such as from across a nearby field or from the edge of neighboring forests. In some cases, children will report waking up at night to find SCP-4666 watching them sleep through a window. Okay, so just for the records, okay, this is a naked dude that appears on probably Christmas Eve. I don't know why they're calling this Weissnacht here. Maybe I'm missing some linguistic information here, but click here to enlarge. Do I want to enlarge this? Probably not, but okay, kind of creepy. I'm gonna be honest with you, so imagine being outside on Christmas and seeing this, like a naked dude watching from far away. Creepy. So night 8 to 11. So this is not really Christmas, right? So what is this with night 12? What is Weihnacht? I have no fucking idea. Let's Google that for a moment. So SCP on Reddit. Why are Weihnachts event called Weihnacht? Yeah, that's actually good. Observance of what is commonly known as in English as Christmas Eve. In the German language, no, it's not. Maybe in Austria, yeah, or Switzerland, but not really in Germany. I can assure you that from firsthand. I'm struggling about this. Okay, so whatever. So why is this like night 12? Is this over the whole December? I don't know, but okay, let's see. Family members, including the parents, will report sounds of footsteps coming from the roof or the attic. An extremely unpleasant odor will also frequently be noticed inside the dwelling. No cause for these phenomena will be found. As a result, parents will often begin to suspect that their family is being stalked, or even that their dwelling might be haunted. Night 12. Over the course of the night, one of the two scenarios will occur. The first and most common is that SCP-4666 will kill all members of the family, save for one child under the age of 8, whom it will abduct. Okay, this is creepy. I'm gonna be honest with you. SCP-4666 will inflict incapacitating injuries. Fuck. This is a hard word to pronounce as a German, I don't know why. Will inflict incapacitating injuries to family members while they are sleeping, then herd them into a single room of the dwelling, where it will proceed to kill them in view of each other. Fuck, this is fucked up, seriously. The method of killing varies with the event and will typically be preceded by some form of torture. Okay, I'll have to censor that, which means that probably this episode is coming out later, but I don't want to talk about this on my channel, like not literally, right? So, let's see. In the second scenario, which has occurred in roughly 15% of known Weihnacht events, SCP-4666 will not harm the family. Family members will report hearing footsteps inside their dwelling during the night, though no signs of forced entry will be found. In the morning, children will discover presents at the foot of their beds. These will consist of toys crudely crafted from the remains of human children. What the fuck? This is super fucked up, seriously. Like, I thought this was some kind of bullshit, but actually this is getting more fucked up the more I read about this. Fuck. The criteria, if any, by which SCP-4666 determines the outcome of Weihnacht events are unknown. Access 4666, Weihnacht events log, okay. Unknown village in Croatia. Okay, I don't want to read any of the and all of that, but okay, let's go with Eichstätt, Germany, right? Just because an entire family was killed, with the exception of the youngest child, male, age 3, who was abducted. The bodies of the parents and 5 other children were found inside the stable adjoining their dwelling. They had been restrained by having knives, pitchforks, and other sharp implements forced through the palms of their hands and into the walls of the stable. Wow, this is really fucked up. Before having their tongues removed, leading to hemorrhaging and death. Blood from the family members had then been used to paint elaborate patterns. This is getting worse and worse, of unknown meaning, on the hides of the mule, goat, and 2 cows present in the stable. The animals themselves were not harmed. Okay. Neighbors told authorities that in the week preceding the killings, the father of the family had mentioned finding tracks in the snow around the family's dwelling, which appeared to have been made by bare human feet. Okay, you know what? This reminds me on, this is pretty much what happened in the Hinterkaifeck, right? Maybe I'm gonna do an episode about this, but this is probably some Hinterkaifeck, homage, right? So, in case you don't know, like, this whole SCP shit is all made up, so, you don't have to be afraid of anything when Christmas times comes, but wow, it's really creepy, actually. So, addendum, so I want to know more about this. So what's happening here? In 2018, several SCP-4666-A instances were discovered at a family's residence in Hoona, Alaska. Following the conclusion of Weihnacht event, #, among these instances was SCP-4666-A-0960, which consisted of a crude, life-size doll made from the emaciated body of a female child. What the fuck? To which the following modifications had been made. A dress made from various pieces of dirty, discolored clothing had been sewn around the body and in several places into the body's skin. Damn it, I think I have to censor that, right? The mouth has been sewn shut with thread made from human tendons, and the lips painted red with a solution consisting primarily of human blood. Okay, this is getting worse and worse. The fingernails of another child had been glued over the body's fingernails with pine resin. These had been painted red with the same human blood-based solution. 3 of the body's fingers were missing. The entire scalp had been removed from the head, and the scalp of another child with long blonde hair. Okay, both eyes have been removed, and 2 large round pebbles on which eyes has been crudely painted placed into the empty orbits. Upon examination by the family, the child from whom the doll had been made was found to be still alive, albeit unconscious. Authorities were notified, and the child was airlifted to Bartlett's Regional Hospital in Juneau, Alaska, where she survived for 18 hours. 2 Foundation agents were dispatched and were able to interview the subject. See interview log below. Following the subject's death, her body was confiscated by the agents and all witnesses amnesticized per standard procedure. Okay. DNA testing revealed the subject has been Ekaterina Morozavo, age 7, an unknown abduction victim of blah blah blah. Okay, let's take a look at the log. So, okay, that's small, we can read that. Agent Kowalczyk. Okay, hello, I am Anthony, what's your name? EM says, are you going to take me back to him? No, I promise, I'm just here to talk to you. I don't want to go back. You don't have to, you're safe now, Mishka. Remain silent. Can you tell me what happened to you? Do you remember the night he came to your house? I remember he hurt Mama and Papa and Katya and Juliana for a long time and they were bleeding. After they stopped screaming, he put me in his bag. His bag? He had a big bag. Other children were in the bag too. I think we go to the other houses. I hear people screaming outside the bag all during the night. Each house he put another child in the bag. Then after the night he take us away. Where did he take us? Underground. Unknown word. Deep. Underground? You mean a basement? Deep. Everything earth and mud and ice, bones everywhere, everything cold. This is fucking creepy. Were there lots of other children there with you? Lots of children, lots of tunnels, lots of holes, but I can't see all. I can't see the other unknown word. Too dark. My hole is with Renee and Hikla and Sasha and Paul. We make the toys together. The toys? If you don't make the toys, you don't eat. Don't stop making the toys. Don't fall asleep or he hurt you. He hurts you. How? He hit you, or he burn you, or he bite off your fingers, or he cook you on the fire in his room and eat you. He eat Philip and Sally. What about you? How did this happen to you? Did he do this? Renee and Hikla and Sasha and Paul do this. They have to. Why? I get sick. When you can't make the toys, you become the toys. Okay. Wow, this is like a very, very fucked up version of Santa Claus, right? Okay, so if you haven't followed everything, I'm gonna give like a small wrap up. Like SCP-466 is obviously like an older person, like some kind of Santa who's naked and who watches like family gatherings during Weihnacht events, which is probably something like Christmas. And like then he actually basically enters the houses, kills everyone, and then abducts the children and forces them to create toys. And as soon as they are too tired to create toys, they become the toys because the toys are made of humans, which is pretty fucked up if you think about it, okay? So, yeah, that's basically it. This is a very nice SCP. Like, this is the first one I've seen here, and it's already giving me the creeps, like seriously. So let's take a look at the next one. Hey, this is post-production Moira, and I got some bad news. I'm gonna end the video right here. Why? Because I've read the other SCPs on camera, I gave my opinion and my comments, and well, it didn't really work very well. And the reason is very simple. I ran out of time. Like, I spent a lot of time reading this first SCP, and I had a great time. I really loved that SCP. And after that, I just skimmed through the other SCPs because I wanted to have like a very rough impression on what this is all about. And most of them were not really creepy. I'm gonna be honest with you. Most of them seemed like a very personal horror that was written for someone, right? Like some kind of self-therapy that the authors did. Like, oh, I'm afraid of being stuck in a cave, so I'm gonna write in an SCP about a cave where you get stuck. Something like that. And if you're like not really creeped out by these scenarios, these SCPs are not really creepy, okay? So there are some that are universally creepy because they like address some kind of universal fear, like the one that we've seen right now, like the fear of being watched, the fear of being stalked, the fear of being abducted, the fear of like being not treated very well, to say it a little bit more algorithm friendly. Some of them are very universal and most of them are probably very good, but then on the other hand, there are some very specific things like people that are afraid of spiders. Obviously, they find some spiders SCP very, very creepy, but you know what? Most of them were actually like, I didn't really get the point. Like, there was an SCP with some kind of high school that had some kind of bended reality in the basement, and I didn't really know why this was supposed to be creepy. And I think you get the creepiness when you really read through all these protocols and interviews and all the quote-unquote classified data that is released by the SCP Foundation, which is purely fictional, by the way. I don't know if I said this before. I'm not believing any of this shit. Everyone knows that this is made up, right? But okay, that's the fun, actually. But you know what? Maybe I'm gonna do another video on another SCP that I find creepy and all that, but like skimming through some SCPs doesn't really make sense for me. So I'm gonna end this video right here. And I thank you for watching and see you next time when we might or might not review another SCP. But I'm not doing any like the top 5 SCPs that Reddit things are creepy, because I think I can't treat all these SCPs with the dignities that they deserve in one video, like together, right? This doesn't make any sense. Okay, so thank you for watching, and I hope I see you next time. Goodbye.